Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends Reality Check Edition. And this is where we talk about our reality shows. And I do this special program with my sisters. What's going on, Margot? How are you this evening?
I'm good. How's everybody out there?
And we have Rhythm. How are you doing this evening, Rhythm?
I'm doing well. How are you ladies tonight?
Good.
Good. Everybody have a good weekend?
Busy but good.
Busy but good. I think that's how it was here.
I finally got some rest for a change.
Oh, that's excellent. That's even better. You can get some rest. How's the weather up there?
Too bad today.
Okay. So for our listeners, we're in Michigan and Illinois. So pretty much the same kind of weather. So sometimes cold, sometimes not. So what we're talking about this evening is Married to Medicine because Braxton's family value has ended, and we've already talked about that. But if you watch What Happened Live, you will see Tamar and Quad is the guest on there tonight. So that should be interesting, but I won't be watching it because I think that both of those young ladies are very phony and fake, and I don't have time for either one of them. If I ever see them in person, instead of speaking, I would ask them to kiss my ass. So let's go ahead and get started with the program.
Okay. Well, I can honestly say I won't be watching that either because I feel pretty close to that. I won't say I'm quite all the way there where you are, sister, but I definitely can pass on the theatrics tonight.
Mm-hmm. So what's the name of the show? Is this the one with
Andy, the guy who does all of and so he'll have both of them, and they'll both be turning on that extra phoniness drama, and I just don't have time for it. I just really don't.
Now, isn't Quad and Trina, I think you were saying, Margot, a couple episodes ago that they were on the same, that Trina had been guest appearing on that show with Quad, right?
Yes, and it looks like Trina may be the new co-host. The other girl is definitely officially gone. And so I think Trina has now taken her place. So when they actually show, when it starts to come on, they show the pictures, Trina's there. So I believe she's their new host.
Oh, good, a regular.
Yeah, and she's actually speaking a little more now. The first week she was there, it was like, Trina, get in it. It was like it was the three of them having a three-way conversation, and she was just sitting there for eye candy. I don't know what was going on, but it was a weird dynamic. But she's talking a little bit more. Maybe it was that contract. I don't know.
Yeah, well.
So was it the, what network is it on?
It's on
TV1.
It's actually on ABC. It comes on at 10 o'clock right behind the West Michigan live show, I believe it is, Nita, that we have it.
It's on TV1 up here.
It's on at 10.
I don't know. So it's on regular TV.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That looks so bootleg. I thought it was, the lighting is awful. Like I have better lighting if we was recording this, and it's just from my desk. Okay. Maybe next week budget to pick up a little bit better. Every year things get better. You know how shows get better every year. Mm-hmm. They turn up the light a little bit. You can finally see what the people really look like.
Well, yeah, and they, once the show seems like it may have some legs, they may budget more.
Yeah.
The network, whoever's producing it or whatever.
Yeah, and speaking of shows, did you guys see, just because we talking about Tamar, just real quick, did you guys see this whole thing now, Lonnie Love, and talking about the Tamar getting fired? They was on the Breakfast Club, so you guys have to see that interview. It's not worth watching, but
well, just tell a little bit about what happened.
Lonnie Love, to me,
show that Tamar was on, the
Real. So the Real, almost I know at least for, first of all, when Tamar first left, every friend she had in Atlanta was the guest of the week. So it's like they went through her Rolodex to find guests for the first month or so. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like they can't have a show without discussing Tamar. And to me, if she's that important to the show, Yeah. But Tamar and Vince, we hear they may be going through a divorce. Tamar, you're still her sister and all of this. So then now they get on the radio. They got to bring up, they had nothing to do with her being fired, but they heard that Vince was going to say it and they had to get attorneys. Now, Lonnie says, and the girls are looking shocked, but Lonnie says, this is the first time that I'm saying this. Stop lying, Lonnie, because they saying Lonnie about to get fired. She need to. They need a real comedian on there. She's nowhere near funny to be the comedian of the show. But anyway.
Nikki, they were saying at first that Lonnie was the main reason why Tamar was no longer on the show.
Exactly, and it probably is. Remember, she used to always be making these little things, little comments and stuff like that.
About liking Vince.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I never watched the show because, Tamar was on it. So that was a deterrent for me. So I really never watched the show, but I just hearing things. And Nikki, like you said, I noticed that too, that they had Toya on there, which was Tamar's friend. And they had T.I.'s wife. What's her name? Tiny was on
Tiny.
They went right
Candy. They went through her Rolodex. Yeah. All her best friends. Monica. Yeah. All of her Atlanta friends. It was just really weird.
Yeah.
How they went about that and ended up causing some division.
Yeah, she fell out with some of them about that.
Yeah, but she said that was her immaturity of blocking them, but it wasn't that she was blocking them like, I don't want to be your friend no more. She said she just didn't want to see it. That she just got fired from this place. Now everybody want to be talking about it. Mm-hmm. And nowadays people, it's no loyalty to anything. You know what I mean? Because if you my best friend and you just got fired from this show and they call talking about you want to come in for a week, I'm going to say no. All of them supposedly have some money. Right. Why you need the exposure this bad? Monica, you a singer. Resolve your problems with Brandy. Because you still hitting them notes that Brandy hitting. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, she never was that great to me. I would never pay 50 cents to see her live.
No, the only reason why she even known is because of her beef with Brandy, but she act like it's Brandy after her.
Well, she did really good at the concert. It was Escape, Tamar, and Monica.
Okay, well, after all these years, she should have some. After all that vocal coaching that she should have received, she should be able to carry a note at this point in life, I would hope.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm still not paying to see it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Rhythm, you was there?
Yeah, in Detroit.
Because it seemed like I had asked Rhythm if she was interested in it.
Yeah, remember I went to that concert in Detroit.
She wasn't interested in seeing them with me, but I guess she went with somebody else.
No, remember it was a friend of mine's party. They had a suite and all of that. You remember that?
Oh, I keep forgetting. Yeah, you high status. You got to be sweet. Okay, let's get started with him married to Madison. So I actually just kind of wrote down scene by scene. So does anybody, the first scene of the thing was Buddy and Daddy. Daddy, why ain't you come outside and meet me? I missed you, Buddy. But why ain't you meet me? You know I was coming, Daddy. Yeah, Buddy.
I like them. I think they're cute together.
They do have a pretty good relationship. I agree. I think I like them too.
I like that. I like that she changes her disposition. You know what I mean? I like that that she softens herself and all that, all that harshness.
That's the only setting I like her in, though, sister. That's the only setting I like her in. Other than that, she's a messy boots. But
absolutely,
she does act like a different person.
When he's present, she's tolerable.
Well, I don't like Heavenly Hell Bentley at all in no setting. I just can't stand her. I think she's fake and phony.
She's trying to get healed from that.
You said what?
She's trying to get healed from that. You see, she went,
That's been the last 3 years we've been going through this spiritual journey, and I'm sick of it. I'm about done with that spiritual journey. I think everybody is.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be acting a little bit better. Because you saying that, and she went right to the party and then bypass, shook the person's hand who was sitting next to Mariah and
True.
totally act like Mariah and tried to act like Mariah must have had a bad past. No, you had an
Yeah.
unhappy childhood. Mariah was happy and you're jealous of Mariah. You still
Yeah.
trying to make it out to be somebody else. But that's further along.
I don't think I recall her not shaking her hand. I guess I missed that.
Mm-hmm. So you guys enjoy seeing her with Buddy. You guys enjoy seeing Buddy and Daddy together. They only show a little bit of the house, so we can't see how nasty it is where you need to get this shit power washed before we get contaminated.
Was that Mariah who said that? That was horrible.
After she called her mama ugly, B.
Yeah, she did. And every time they get into an argument, she heavenly holler out, "Your mama."
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, I
But
do
I
too.
think
That's
Nikki
because she
said
don't
it
know
best
her mama,
because
and her mama don't like her.
last week Nikki said it best when she was just saying the reason she's responding that way is because of the lack of a relationship she has with her own mother.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
But she probably act the same way when she was little that she act now. That's why her mama didn't like her. And she was uglier, according to herself.
Oh.
And the mama picked a favorite because she said that her sister looked better than her. And unfortunately, I don't like Jackie saying, like, this is the norm for African American families. It's not the norm for African American families to be dogging and mistreating their kids. So don't try to act like that. They do want better for you. They may make you study harder, but they not treating the cute daughter better than they treating the ugly fat one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I didn't agree with that comment. And when she made that statement, I was like, wow, that's pretty narrow to put everyone in the same box. Everybody didn't experience that. Everyone didn't have that life experience. And I wish Jackie had not said that because I really like her, but I think that was a little tunnel vision on her part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, when she said it, I kind of thought, what does she mean by that? And then when she started talking about rules,
Right.
There are some, there have been traditionally some rigid and strict rules that families have placed. Like, Heavenly not being able to play outside just doesn't seem like one of those that, So that's why I was just like, I'm not sure if this is a good example of that.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. Would, but seemed a bit more extreme.
Yeah.
And I even think as Heavenly was, like she was saying at the last week, at the time when she was experiencing it, it didn't seem abnormal. But as she grew older, she realized just how deprived she had been, of friends and things like that. Yeah. But it seemed like she made it through because she had 3 or 4 friends that they met.
Well, the thing about it is that was later in high school, but I would say that Heavenly probably, if she Heavenly to, and these are our opinions, but Heavenly probably always from as a little girl been a nasty, mean, evil girl because she felt fat and ugly like she do now. And so the mama she probably get in your room and study because then nobody want to be bothered with your fat, ugly, mean tail.
Well, yeah, and didn't she say that her mother called her the B word or something?
Yeah, right. So she was she's just an evil person. That's why she got to be on a spiritual journey for all her life to get somewhere.
Well, I mean, if you were called derogatory terms by your mother, all of your childhood, that would be traumatizing. And
well, you've been married to Daddy all these years. Daddy ain't made it a little bit better? And then she done been every counselor they got in Atlanta.
All right now.
So at some point in time, you got to let go if you that smart.
Yeah. All right now.
But the thing is, she look in the mirror and she's still ugly with a nasty mouth and a nasty attitude and still fat. Just less fat, but she's still fat.
Oh, sister.
I don't think she's...
I can't stand her. That is an evil lady. I may sound like the one being evil talking about her, but that is an evil lady. I can't stand that lady because there's no way that this lady could be attending anybody's church service and they have not talked to her.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even want to go to that lady
that's
as
a
a
reality. 'Cause
patient.
I think that happens frequently. There are
Yes, me too.
in congregations who their attitude isn't being addressed.
But
Yeah.
I mean, everybody not on TV doing it. I wouldn't even trust going to that lady for a cleaning. I would be scared that I'm so attractive that she would pull my tooth.
Oh, well, yeah, we don't want you to ever have to go to her then. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you just stay clear of her, sister.
Oh my goodness, so dramatic. Really?
She that tight.
I'm scared she would pull my tooth.
That's what she said.
And all just because I'm attractive.
Oh,
Right. That was
And
that's the key point.
successful.
That was the key point.
And in shape.
Yeah, all
Because
right
if
now.
you notice,
No,
those
come
are
on
her
now.
targets. That whenever she dogs somebody, she talk about their looks, they size. Every time she talk about her good friend that y'all love, Phony Jackie. Every time she talk about Jackie, don't nobody want to ask. Somebody want to eat. Everybody ain't got time. Jackie look like a boy. Remember she called Jackie look like a little boy.
She sure did say that. Yeah, and I
And
thought that
that
was
blue
horrible.
dress Jackie had on tonight was sharp.
Yeah, Jackie was sharp
Yeah,
tonight.
Jackie happy. Her and what's his name?
Yes, she is.
They didn't work that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really good, her.
It is good to see. That's the testimony, and she ain't on no spiritual journey.
And this is true.
All right.
Looking for a place. That's interesting.
So, yeah. So the next thing, but I don't know why the house will be the bad memories unless that lady was in her house. Maybe it's more to the story.
Oh, or maybe she just was maybe she heard certain news in certain rooms and walking back into that room maybe rehashed that memory.
Yeah, because that is they were in that
bring
place.
that woman to her house.
No,
I
I
mean,
don't
that's
think
not Cecil. Excuse me. What's her husband? Curtis.
Kurt.
Yeah.
Cecil. 'Cause I know Cecil wouldn't do no mess like that. Not to Dr. Simone.
Why wouldn't he got a house to himself?
Right.
Right. He'd be the one who would do it. He got a house to himself.
All
All
right.
right. Let's move on to the next
then.
thing.
But Jackie and Curtis, to go back to that, I think
tomorrow.
like she was saying, well, I don't know if you all remember, but when they got back together, remember he was staying downstairs and she was staying upstairs. He was so those are probably some of those memories that are negative for them.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I never believed it anyway and thought it was just for reality TV that she was saying that, but whatever.
But you don't think that he slept downstairs?
No, I think she let him back in the room immediately.
Really?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They too happy now. She been getting that. All right. And so what I had about Contessa was why that man let all them kids come in there and jump on him?
Oh my goodness.
Like,
It's the same thing. Like, why did he leave her with these babies jumping in her stomach?
I thought the exact same thing. I felt so bad for her because there's nothing worse than when you're in pain and you can't control these kids are out of control and they
that
jumping all
Layla,
over you. Man.
their
And that
little
baby
Layla.
wanted her mama. That's all she knew.
They can't do nothing with Layla. No way. That little Layla is something else.
Right. That's why more the reason that he should have had some control.
Yeah. But did y'all find it was very touching to me? And just shows you the intelligence of kids when you think they're not watching. When her daughter asked her, "Am I going to have this same thing?"
Mm-hmm.
No, Contessa told her to say that.
Oh.
You know what? I'm going to go right past you. I am. Because
That baby I got an owie. Am I going to have to get that owie?
but you never know. Kids listen to you when you're talking.
Yeah.
So I'm
They
going
need to get their walls thicker, like Eugene and Toya with this new house. Go ahead.
if I have to see, look here. I think I said it last week, and I'm just going to reiterate that. I fast forwarded through that part because I don't need to see the step-by-step process of them building this house. Right. That's strictly just to give them a storyline because why do we need to see that? You showed me that you started it. Okay, cool. Show me when you're done. I want to see the finished product. I don't need to walk through your build with you. Okay?
Right.
I mean that's just boring. Move on.
Okie dokie. And that's what we'll do. We'll move on and I'm going to check them off the list.
Thank you.
Well, I think I'm trying to figure out what is it that they're trying to accomplish with this. So, that's Toya's storyline this season. All of them actually really have a safe storyline when you think about it. So Contessa's storyline is this surgery she's going through. Mariah's is like her daughter kind of growing up and maturing. It seems like that's her storyline right now. I guess Quad's divorce is her storyline, so that's not that innocent or easy. Jackie's storyline now, I guess, is going to be just her reconciliation with Curtis.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Simone and Cecil.
No,
I can't wait for us to get to them because that's an interesting thing. I'm still not sure about what's happening with that.
Right. Did anybody watch the preview for next week?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. So I got down here about, so they talk about so when they get together, I don't know who the young lady is that they just introduced, the dentist and the doctor who had the housewarming.
Yeah, Dr. Jarrett.
Oh, that was a bad dress she had on.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And I think I kind of like her personality. So maybe we'll see more of her.
I'm wondering why they introduced her. I bet they're going to bring her on next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and but it was really interesting that Quad comes in with an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So why come? If you don't want to talk about it and think that, you know that this is what the topic is, everybody else have been open. You like to run your mouth. You was running your mouth about, you read Jackie whole article to your husband last year. And I'm so sick of them showing that clip of Dr. G. Yeah, me and a friend met two ladies at a bar. If they show that clip one more time, I'ma scream.
That's how I feel about
that clip over the clip of him throwing himself on the floor, foaming at the mouth. They showed that one.
Yeah, I agree.
So if I had to choose, I prefer the me and my boy and the two ladies, because that foaming at the mouth one was just getting on my nerves.
It was horrible. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but every episode, me and a friend of mine, we met two women.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of that clip. I'm just sick of it. They show it sometimes 2 times.
That's
right. So I'm trying to figure out, but again, is it just contract that because I am noticing Quad is filming more with other people than the people there,
Oh, like her mom and her aunt.
Now we've seen Quad's wig collection.
Oh yeah, we talked about that too.
Right, and she has a lot of them. Now, why wouldn't she let her mama borrow one of her wigs?
I thought that was one of her wigs.
They were, but did you see them?
Well, I'm not going to say I don't know about that. I was just talking about that horrible wig she had on at the table with her mama. That was horrible. She should never have pulled that wig back like that. You just see how
she had it swept over, so it looked like a wig. It didn't look.
Yeah, it was horrible.
And so maybe they all picked out their own for that thing, but everybody's head at that table. If I was a waitress, I would have been like, I can't do it. Every time I went over there, I would have been laughing or feeling the need to shift. Because her mama's... Right, shake it out. The mama looked like the dude Eddie Murphy hollering sexual chocolate. That's what the mama's wig looked like. That curly, not really a Jerry curl, but almost a Jerry curl.
Oh no. I'm gonna tell you who what I think, Nikki. I think she had attitude because Dr. Jarrett is her replacement. Next year I think Quad may be gone.
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking because
you own to some, Margot.
She filed for divorce. She's standoffish, like she don't want to bother with the women, like they're not really her friends. So maybe she on her way out.
And I would think so too, because she is getting lesser time.
Yeah,
and they act like they don't want to be bothered, and then when she. Like, it's funny to me that every time, and it irritates me because I do love me some Mariah. I love Mariah. Mm-hmm. But if Mariah says something, it's a big deal. But then somebody down Heavenly then came in and made it about her and nobody says anything.
I know. I know.
Well, I did think Mariah could have allowed her to speak. I thought that the exchange they had today at Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Jared's house was one of those avoidable confrontations.
I
Mm-hmm.
I
think
don't
that
think
Mariah.
Mariah knew, meant anything by what she was saying, but I
Uh-huh.
also think she didn't just pull back as soon as she saw the choir was reacting the way she was reacting. She should have
Right.
just left it alone and just, because she keeps trying to teach everybody else how to be patient
Mm-hmm.
with choir that she's
Mm-hmm.
going through this challenging experience, but she's not taking her own
Yep.
advice.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I would agree with that. But I think
Mm-hmm.
that sometimes Mariah gets stuck in their past
Yeah.
relationship of
Yeah.
them being best friends,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and Quad is still, we're not best friends. How many times I got to tell you? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
because she
I'm
can't stand
defensive,
Mariah.
right? Oh, what about Toya and Coach Contessa in the phone call?
Oh, Toya is crazy. You know that?
Today?
Yeah.
When did she say something about the phone call?
She
I missed
wanted
it.
to know how come Contessa didn't tell her about the surgery. Everybody, did you see everybody hold
Oh,
their phones like in surgery? I'm like, I gotta stop and text
yeah, that
Toya.
was horrible.
Come on, Toya,
That
come on.
that was funny. But Toya has always, since season one, has tried to make everything about her, and I think that's because Eugene makes everything about
He
her and what
does.
she wants.
He does.
So she she does the same thing. But oh my goodness, Aiden, hey, where Eugene?
Baby, if that wasn't funny,
That stole the show for me tonight. Because the thing, what it shows me is that although a lot of people you
Aiden,
talk to,
Aiden.
right,
Hey, I'm gonna let you keep talking because that's
exactly, what it shows
Aiden.
to me is that everybody don't
That's
tell
right.
their spouse everything. It'd be some
Yep.
people you tell your personal business to, they go back and run back and tell their husband
That's right.
she hadn't filled him in on everything that was going on.
Right.
So
Right.
she like, go
Aiden.
ahead, Rhythm.
Aiden. 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 I'm just asking, where is he?
Right.
Aiden.
Right. Aiden said, I'm just asking if you wasn't with me or I wasn't with you, they would say, where Aiden
Right. Right. Aiden like, hey.
at?
Aiden said, I'm just asking the question. Don't shoot the messenger.
Right. Aiden just work a lot. He ain't got time for them tabloids and all of that.
Because he even said that. He was just like, my schedule doesn't allow me to keep up with everything. So
Mm-hmm.
where's Dr.
Yeah.
G?
Yeah.
Aiden.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
funny.
And then I just felt like
Quiet.
quiet with her, but I think that was behind the thing. Like Aiden got to know where everybody at, or I don't know if she asked him, because he's never did anything but treated her with respect. Even when her and
Yeah.
Mariah was going through their thing, even
Yeah.
when she tried to embarrass them, Aiden has always been the one who has been polite to her.
We sure
So
have.
for her to act as if he was trying to be malicious, she
Mm-hmm.
know him better than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Aiden's been good to all those women, regardless of where they've treated him or his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm.
always, to me, been very respectful to them. And
Yeah,
you know
he's
that
a
he
lot
don't
of
like
fun.
confrontation. He don't like that mess.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's just a lot of fun. Remember that Dr. G, when he was pouring out his heart at the reunion, he said, I miss us spending time and going
Yeah.
out and having fun with Mariah and Aiden. We used to have so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden just there to, when he get a vacation, he there to enjoy himself. All of
Right.
that drama and getting into these ladies'
Right.
business. And I get so sick of them acting like daddy is the know all be all. Now that's Heavenly's acting like they all act like Heavenly,
Yeah.
waiting to see what daddy gonna say.
Because
Daddy ain't that profound to me.
I think he comes in with this kind of calm presence and,
It's the voice.
and
It's the
respectful.
TD Jakes. Look at your partner.
Oh my goodness.
And look over.
All right.
Bring
All right.
down
He
your
comes that deep, does he? I just think he has a calm, demeanor. And so,
Yeah.
they can tell that he's sincere and he means well. And, like,
Get your wife.
I think
That's what you do. Get your wife.
Somebody, who told him that? Mariah?
I don't know, but I think Eugene gets too involved in their mess. You know, so he says stuff, you know, he's jumping in and contributing to it. And I just think Daddy has a different perspective. And so, you know, at the end of the day, you're not going to have any oopses of him saying something negative about any of the ladies. And I think, you know, Aiden probably fits that bill too, although maybe in the past he has said something negative, but
no, he hasn't.
Yeah,
Aiden's always been very positive and trying to make friends, you know, trying to be peaceful. He was the one still, when they was treating his wife, he still would meet the guys. We saw him one season more than we saw Mariah.
Yeah. And you can tell it was really bothering him.
Right. And then he ended up, you know, they did have a season. I think that may have been the season you came on when he was like, y'all don't want the hawk to come out. You know, I'm nice, but y'all don't want the hawk to come out. And they was laughing like it was a joke until I bet you Aiden can throw down.
Yeah.
Don't let Aiden
he can't dance, but he can probably throw down.
You said what?
He can't dance, but he could probably throw down.
You can't tell Aiden he can't dance, like Mariah say.
You sure can, but he gonna show because he gonna show trying to cut a rug.
Oh yeah, Aiden
Mariah's
has a good time.
like,
He don't care what you think
don't
about his
sing
dancing.
and please don't dance.
And Aiden get right back out there. He does
Every
not
chance he gets.
Yeah, he does. I like Aiden. I like him and Mariah. I think they're a very cute couple. I like their little family.
I do too. She's one of my favorites. And then Simone and Cecil.
Yeah. That conversation around the table was interesting because I got what she said about it being clean, but maybe she shouldn't have started out with, and for the last 9 months, I've been having peace. Because they were like, everybody looked at her like, really?
Right. Simone don't want to be married.
That's too bad.
She wants to be by herself. I like Cecil better than I like her.
I know you do.
But Cecil done lost that job, so Cecil better hang in there. That business ain't took off yet. Otherwise, I'd be in his inbox like Vince. But
oh no, she is kidding. She's kidding everybody.
Why would I be kidding? Everybody know I'm looking for Vince.
Oh Lord, okay.
I bet the only person who know where Vince is Lonnie Love
and Tamar.
What'd you say? Rhythm and Tamar.
You know Tamar. No, oh, I can't stand Tamar.
I can't. Ooh, me either. She was on Wendy Williams this week too. Or was it last?
Last week, talking about she was in love with the African. Remember we talked about it.
Right. That's okay. So the African really exists because he was on the show with her, even though they wouldn't show him. But
he wasn't there, girl. Anybody could get a dark skin dude.
Fall in love that fast. You ain't even. Is your divorce final yet? Come on. So that means maybe Vince wasn't a problem. Maybe it was you and the African the whole time. What's really going on?
It's always been her and her mouth and mommy.
Well, did you all hear? That was one of the powerful clips from Iyanla's show when she said that. Well, I think it was Trina and Tawanda saying that Tamar and Mommy are the same people. They act just alike. And then Iyanla said, I keep messing it up. Iyanla said, Tamar says what Miss Evelyn is thinking. Feeling. And it was just like, ooh, that's pretty deep. And so that's why she allows her to go on for so long doing it, because she's probably getting a kick out of it if that's what she's thinking or feeling.
Well, what we know for sure is Mommy has slapped the piss out of you.
Oh, right.
Because everybody's ass got big.
And Trina got nervous.
Mommy, I didn't say nothing.
That's exactly how it sounded.
I was like, oh, please don't, Trina. I know.
I'm sorry, mommy.
Yep. So what else you guys got from Married to Medicine before we wrap it up? Is Heavenly gonna ever change?
Yep.
Never.
I believe it. I believe
say no. What you
I'm
say,
gonna say no.
Margot?
I'm gonna say
Wow, I
no.
can't even get my rationale.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Rhythm. Yeah, try to convince us. Give us, come on, yeah, try to convince us before the popcorn get done.
I really think that she is sincere. I think she knows. Nope, I do. I think that she knows that nobody can watch themselves behave the way she has been watching. If she watches the show season after season, she knows, what she's doing and saying. And she has to understand that who she has become through this show isn't who she's trying to be. And that's why I think she keeps going through these processes. And I think on the other side of it, she will. I think tonight was a good example of that. I thought when Mariah was asking her, "What do you think?" or something like that, she said, "Well, I think that I think Mariah was saying." As she was like, I know we don't always agree, Heavenly, but do you hear my point? I can't even remember the exact point, but it was something between her and Clyde. And Heavenly was like, well, I actually I understand the point that you're trying to make, but I actually think the point that she was making is XYZ. So even how she handled that just said, okay, she's trying not to, because she could have responded in a whole lot of different negative ways, but I don't think she's doing that.
So here's my rebuttal to that.
Okay.
I don't think that Heavenly takes responsibility for anything that she does. She came right in those people's house, didn't speak to Mariah, reached over Mariah to shake somebody's hand, but not even acknowledge Mariah's presence, and came right back and said that I'm working on myself and it's helping me to deal with, she called Mariah 2 dirty bees in this episode. One at the beginning. I'm trying to change, but I'm going to be around some dirty bees like Mariah, and ain't no telling what this dirty, no, I'm going to be around and ain't no telling what this dirty bee done been through. She ain't been through no more than you because her mama loved her and thought she was cute. You still caught up with your unattractive tail who got me blocked. That's why I keep making accounts and tailing your tail off. And don't worry because you're going to get this tape too. And the other thing, then at the end, again, she went right back to, I think that I'm doing good because I'm learning right after what you just said, giving her credit. Then she go right into, I think I'm doing good because the way I handled that, I think Mariah helping me. It's nice to learn from dirty, low down bees.
Yeah. Yep.
She ain't learning nothing. That lady has not learned anything but dentistry. And like I said, I wouldn't trust her in my mouth. She don't know nothing but book. She don't know nothing about the Bible. She been watching herself do the same routine and she has not gotten any better on anything. Whenever somebody come at her, what does she do? And I don't know why the other women continue to like to want to be her friend.
I tell you, that's why I think Jewel is not her counselor anymore. Because Jewel, like, I'm sick of this roller coaster. You need to find somebody else because I'm not helping you apparently. Because you just every week you revert back to the same behavior that we just explored and talked about, and we thought we had made leeway, and you were doing good, and you were on your way, and you're gonna make a new commitment and lifestyle change this week, and you fall right back. It don't take you a full 7 days, and you right back in the saddle. No, I don't think Heavenly's going to change because Heavenly likes being that evil. And
she was evil to her friends, who she claimed was her friends, the closest friends she had in school.
Yeah.
4 women who said that she's always been like that. And then, like they said, and we just was like, that's Heavenly, which is the same thing that this group is doing now. That's just Heavenly. So why would you want to hang around a miserable person like Heavenly?
Hey, and didn't she say last week or the week that they went to visit her old home that she wasn't going she would have had to find her sister. Does she even know where her sister is? I mean, I was like, what do you mean you had to
The
find her?
sister left. She
I
didn't
know,
want
but
to be bothered with her.
for her to
I
say
thought the sister was
I had
still
to
in the
find
Atlanta
her.
area.
The sister what?
Yeah, she said the
must be
sister was
Atlanta
managing
area.
another. No, she said
Dental
the
office.
sister was managing another dental office, and they said, "Do you want to talk
Okay.
to your? Do you want to? You feel like you should reach out to her?" She said no.
Right.
She's jealous of the sister because she thinks that the mother favored the sister, and that's exactly what.
She's working for Heavenly.
Yeah, Heavenly said she lived with her and said that she was disrespectful, and all of this stuff.
Say that. And I wonder.
So the mama taught the sister probably how to treat her. She probably got treated like Cinderella, but Cinderella was more attractive. But she probably got treated like Cinderella. Her mama probably looked at her. Sometimes it is your child. A lot of people don't admit it. I give her mom credit because a lot of mothers will look at their kids and be like, "Oh, look at her, she's so cute." Her mom recognized I have an ugly child with an ugly attitude. Let me make her be successful because that's the only way that she's going to make it in life so she can make her own money and stuff because nobody's going to want her. But thank goodness.
She wasn't born that way. If she had an ugly attitude, it was because it was taught to her. Because any mother who called their child out of their name is wrong. Yeah. So whatever her mama said, if she didn't say, I need to take some ownership in all of this, her mama need to hush.
Exactly. And you don't see her mama. So that tells you right there what type of relationship they have going on. Because I thought maybe her parents were deceased. Because she never mentioned any of them. You said what?
No, her dad is deceased. Her mama's still alive. That woman, I bet you that lady beautiful. That woman probably Tina Knowles or somebody looking better than
that woman probably told
probably Diane Carroll.
That woman probably said, I'm not gonna be a part of that mess, so don't bother calling me.
Diane Carroll.
That mama probably Diane Carroll, beautiful as I don't know what, and had Heavenly and just like
because she won't show you nothing about her mama.
But some people would say that, like the Rhythm just made the comment like her mom taught her that. But I think we know some examples where people be like, they just came out like that.
Mm-hmm.
And could be, how they felt in the womb.
Wow. All right now.
Because it's hard for me. I think I used to feel sorry for Heavenly, but because she's so nasty and evil, I just cannot stand this lady.
She is kind of nasty.
Oh my goodness, she nasty. And according to Mariah, our house is too.
Yeah, Mariah is a mess.
You love mentioning that part.
Yeah, she does.
I do, because I know that house nasty for real. And the reason why I know that it's nasty for real is because Simone was dying laughing instead of on her confession saying, this house ain't that nasty. Simone wasn't doing nothing but dying laughing, saying the five words right there, which tells me, it's the truth. So.
Wow.
All right, so let's go ahead and everybody get a final comment. They showed a little sneak peek to next week.
Mm-hmm. Which looks like it's going to be interesting.
I somehow missed sneak peek to next week. I think I was rushing trying to get off as soon as it ended so I can get back on here.
Yeah.
No, not as soon as it ended. After some other stuff for us to get on. It had already ended an hour before that.
No, I mean when the recording ended of this week's episode.
They don't need to hear all of that. They don't. So
I'm asking what happened because I didn't pay attention to what they said was coming on next week.
Okay. Go ahead, Marco. Tell her what happened.
I was going to tell you to go ahead and tell her what happened, sister.
Do y'all know what happened? Y'all were just high-fiving about next week, and now y'all quiet? I still got it recorded.
Right, but what's funny is I kind of remember, but then it's kind of like I don't.
Okay, so Quad and Mariah are going to have another big blow-up out next week.
At the party that they're at right now?
No, this is like they're in a different location. Everyone's dressed differently, so this is going to be different.
Okay.
But they are going to have a big blow up. No, wait, I take that back. That wasn't Mariah. That was Toya and Quad. Look like they're going to have a big blow up next week. And
Oh, they are right.
yeah, and they said
Mm-hmm.
something to Tori about your friend. Tori said she's not my MFing friend. I was like, oh. So yeah, I just know
wow.
Yeah, it looked like they was asking Quad questions again. Quad is on the defense, and
yeah,
yeah,
because
and
she was
then
explaining to them that she filed for divorce, and then it just went from there. Apparently.
Oh, okay.
so then we're gonna see Dr. G say again next week. Me and my friend met two women and took them back to the hotel.
Right.
And
Tori
then
and them
this
go
probably
back
gonna
to
be
the
the
house.
episode where he tell the guys about her emptying out the house.
Mm-hmm. And you know,
that is going to be part of it.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
More than likely. Like I said,
Right.
we're going to
time for us to wrap up.
Outline her kitchen next week, because I know we're going to see another part of the house next week.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they just pitch a tent and sit on out there since they love it that much? It ain't even done yet. Just get a tent and get on out there and sit down.
Right. You know what? And I meant to say something, and I'm going to just say it on here real quick before we close up. Because Rhythm you remember she had missed a few seasons. She came in at a season and we had already been watching it. Mm-hmm. But I don't think, because I had thought about this. It's so funny after we had taped the last show about her and Eugene and Money. Mm-hmm. They had put $50,000 down on another house and lost it.
Yes, they did.
Because they couldn't come up with the loan or something to that matter. The loan fell through, lost it, couldn't get it back. And was acting like it wasn't no big deal and people couldn't believe it. So this is how they got into all this trouble. They just terrible with money, because Rhythm and I was talking about, remember we were talking about that they seem to be bad with money. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and I meant to say to you, I don't think you saw that season where they lost $50,000, but was acting like it wasn't nothing. Matter of fact, that was the first year that Hell Bentley came on the show, because she comes after they then lost the $50,000. She go over there to talk to Toria, and Toria packing. She like, where you going? Oh, we going on vacation. They was on their way, like to on vacation with the boys, like to, it was like Bermuda or something, like a nice vacation. Yeah. And of course, Heavenly was like, how you go on vacation and you didn't lost $50,000? You just don't lose $50,000, because that's when she was trying to say it was the people, but Heavenly was like, it's not the people. It's you guys couldn't get the financing done. Exactly. That was actually a really good episode, but I wanted to make sure I told Rhythm that, because I know she didn't see that thing. So hopefully they'll leave it up and you could maybe get caught up even though you're busy. So any more closing remarks before we close out to people?
So how many more episodes do we have before the season ends?
I don't know.
Good question.
Okay.
Sometimes it go fast, sometimes it goes slow.
Yeah, it does. And this is moving. There isn't anything like happening. So it's hard to predict whether, are we close to the end, or is it slow brewing this time? So
normally when they go on their vacation is when they're getting close to the
end.
Right. So we gotta wait for the vacation. Yep. They always gotta take a vacation. So
and then they'll do 2 episodes of that. Then it'll be the end, and or they might come back and do 1 more episode, and then go into the reunion.
Yeah. So Dr. Jared, so I think Margot, you were saying you thought that she was going to replace Quad, and they're just trying to feel her out for her right now to see how she tests with the market.
That's it. And I bet you that's what it is. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because nobody seemed to have known her. Did you see all the people was like, hi, I'm such and such.
Right. She just out the blue popped up.
But Mariah recommends the people. So this is a friend of Mariah's, which I'm glad, because that's what I want Mariah to do. Is get her clan around who gonna appreciate the platform and not right and act like they ain't nothing, they in competition with her, because she really just, to me, she the most consistent one of being herself.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I saw Dr. Jared, I was like, Hopper, who this woman?
Yeah, and they were showing her name. It wasn't. And
I'm like, well, she's somebody we're supposed to know. Where she come from? Who is she? And then they said they showed her at the 90s party.
Right.
I remember seeing her there, but okay.
Right.
I must have missed that. I ain't see that.
Look,
So.
you know who I wish would come back? Lisa Nicole. I used to crack up at Lisa Nicole.
I
I
want them
like
to
her.
apologize publicly or
I do
on their
too.
Facebook page to Lisa Nicole. That's what I
Yes,
want
you're
them to
right.
do. Lisa
I really
Nicole
like
is doing good.
Yeah,
Good.
she is.
Selling her
If we
clothes
could
and
go
doing
back,
these sold out shows. I follow her on Instagram.
the
Darren be
Heavenly
on
led
some of
that.
them pictures, old Darren.
Look, Heavenly led that. Treat her bad. That was all Heavenly. She started that.
Yeah, and
And then
pretended to
Squad
be her
joined in
best
with it.
friend and got that girl business and then started telling
Yeah.
everybody. And
Yep.
then
Horrible.
people want to say she want to change. I bet you her pastor don't even deal with her. The pastor probably treat her like the pastor on Deliver Us from Eva. Remember when Eva
Oh,
walked up to the pastor, the lady didn't want to be bothered, like, gone. I got this.
right. Like, bye, Felicia.
You're right.
Bye, Eva. Yeah. And bye, Heavenly. Mm-hmm. And they tell me she a marriage counselor. I wouldn't go to Heavenly, but she got. Even though I like her relationship with her husband, I don't like the way she treat other people. And if you
Right.
bring any of that into your counseling session, I'll pass.
Well, the thing is, she thinks that that that's the way that you do it. With daddy, I'm really don't a part of me don't want Mariah to really have no receipts, but I know Mariah got receipts because Mariah wouldn't say she had receipts if she didn't. Mariah wouldn't say it.
I think she more just messing with him. I don't think she.
No, she ain't. Toya, and I think the Toya know because Toya was on what's happened live, and they asked her, and Mariah and Toya said the same thing I just said. Mariah wouldn't say it if she didn't have it, and I think Mariah probably shared with her. Yeah, I got my receipt.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Well, I hope Dr. Damon haven't been.
Daddy, girl, you better not call that man Damon. Don't nobody know no Damon. That's Daddy. All the dudes calling him Daddy.
Right.
I missed you, buddy. Shut up. No, he ain't miss Buddy. He was so glad Buddy wasn't gone. He had room in that king size bed. Ooh, what if they got a queen?
Oh my goodness.
They better not have no queen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other closing arguments?
None for me.
None for you, Rhythm. You're all done.
I am.
Well, thank you, Margot.
I'm all done too. I said my closing remarks.
All right. So we just want to thank you guys for listening to Nikki B and Friends Reality Check Edition, where she shares the mic with her two biological sisters. These aren't just people I call my sisters. These are my sisters. And you will hear from us next week after. I'm going to do this in my daddy voice, how he comforts you. After you watch the episode.
I don't think Daddy is that low, but okay.
Of Mary.
It's just calming. That's why she likes it.
This is where you want to tune in.
Oh my goodness.
This sounds like Midnight Love.
Tell us
Yes.
our opinion about what's going on. Because God is able to do anything. God bless you all. And continue to listen and give us feedback.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night.